Ladies and gentlemen, Missouri Military Academy welcomes you to our 2024 Veterans Day Review. Before we get started, we would like to acknowledge Brigadier General Geraci, Color Sergeant Mike Harding, Major James Potiker, along with our other honored guests sitting in the reviewing stand. Today's parade will also recognize all veterans in attendance who have served our nation, our allies, and the 12 great countries represented by our international cadets. I am your announcer, Cadet Cooper Johnston of Genotry, Oklahoma. A review is a military ceremony used to honor visiting dignitaries, present awards and decorations, or commemorate events. Use of reviews can be traced to the Middle Ages, when rulers would demonstrate the strength of their armies by holding elaborate military events. At the beginning of the 17th century, armies throughout the world began adopting what is called the regimental system. In this, regiments were assigned a specific color or number for identification and position on the battlefield. In the American Army, reviews were initiated during the Revolutionary War by George Washington's drum master, Baron Friedrich von Steuben, whose guidance forms the backbone of the drill and ceremonies of the U.S. Army even to this day. The presence of the band represents the significant role that the drum, fife, and other musical instruments have played throughout military history for signaling in camp or on the battlefield. The colors at the center of the formation represents their presence at the forefront of the unit during the heat of battle. In battle, the color or flag party marched at the front and center of its unit as a point for the unit to organize itself around. By leading the unit in battle, the colors became prime targets because victories were expressed in terms of the number of enemy colors captured. So, the color party bore the brunt of the battle and suffered heavy casualties. Today, the color guard post at the center of the formation as a reminder of its historic significance. An MMA review consists of 4 stages: a formation of troops, inspection of the units, presentation of honors, and pass and review. First is the formation of troops, in which MMA's battalion staff and band leads MMA's 4 cadet companies onto the parade field where they are formed for the review. The band will also sound off by performing on the field for our honored veterans who are in attendance. The second stage, inspection, will see the individual units perform manual of arms, followed by the parade reviewing officer and honored guest inspecting cadets in their formations. Stage 3 is presentation and honors, in which all officers and colors are centered on the parade reviewing officer while the national anthem is played. Awards and recognitions are also bestowed upon deserving individuals. In Stage 4, the Corps of Cadets will pass and review in tribute to all veterans in attendance. The bugle call you just heard was attention. It is used to alert the commanders that adjutant's call is about to sound, signaling the start of the review. The cadets standing before you today hail from 29 U.S. states and territories, as well as 10 countries. We are a genuine international campus. The march that will be played as the cadets march into their final position is the Alamo March. Now marching into the center of the field house is a cadet battalion commander and his staff. The battalion commander for today's review is Cadet Mason Brooks of Henrietta, Texas. The battalion executive officer is Cadet Kuslan Termok of Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. The battalion sergeant major is Cadet Sadina Joe of South Haven, Mississippi. The battalion adjutant is Cadet Michael Pfeiffer of Mexico, Missouri. The battalion security and intelligence officer is Cadet Aiden Beto of War Acres, Oklahoma. The battalion plans and operations officer is Cadet Clayton Wright of Phoenix, Arizona. The logistics officer is Cadet Dallas Grants of Hilo, Hawaii. The battalion public affairs officer is Cadet John Tripp of Columbus, Tennessee. Finally, the battalion communications officer is Cadet Dwayne Thompson of Troy, Missouri.
Sir, the 136th Corps Cadets is all present.
The Corps will now execute the Manual of Arms to demonstrate their discipline, teamwork, precision, and drill capability. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for honors to Brigadier General Richard Geraci, U.S. Army retired and President at Missouri Military Academy. General Geraci will be today's reviewing officer. Accompanying him today is Color Sergeant Mike Harding, United Kingdom Royal Marines retired, Intern RIM Commandant at Missouri Military Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Accompanying the General in the march today will be Major James Potiker, Intern RIM Commandant at Missouri Military Academy.
present the honors.
Present the honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Veterans Day is a U.S. holiday dedicated to American veterans of all wars and occurs on November 11th. In 1918, on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, an armistice or temporary cessation of hostilities was declared between the Allied nations and Germany in World War I, then known as the Great War. Commemorated in many countries as Armistice Day, the following year, November 11th became a federal holiday in the United States in 1938. In the aftermath of World War II and the Korean War, Armistice Day became known as Veterans Day. Today, we would like to honor those veterans who have served. I would like to ask all veterans of World War II or Korea, please rise and remain standing. All veterans of the Vietnam War, please rise and remain standing. All veterans of the Gulf War, please rise and remain standing. All veterans of OIF, OEF, the Global War on Terror, and all remaining veterans, please rise and remain standing. Veterans, on behalf of the Corps of Cadets, thank you for your service. You may be seated.
Pass in review. Pass in review.
The pass and review serves two functions for the reviewing party. It dismisses the cadets and at the same time provides an opportunity to inspect the state of discipline and training. As the cadets pass the reviewing party, units will salute and turn their heads to render their respects. Ladies and gentlemen, now approaching the reviewing stand is the battalion commander, Cadet Mason Brooks of Marietta, Texas. Passing the reviewing stand is Band Company, commanded by Cadet Cruz Hagan of Burnsville, Missouri. Now passing the reviewing stand is Bravo Company, commanded by Cadet Malachi Embry of Manchester, Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise during the passing of our national colors. The MMA color guard is commanded by Cadet Luke Wolf of Austin. Behind the color guard is our international color guard, commanded by Cadet Irvin Gambat of Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Now passing the reviewing stand is Charlie Company, commanded by Cadet Alexander Crow of St. Charles, Missouri.
tonight's Veterans Day ceremony.
Outstanding job. Carry on with the plan of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's Veterans Day review.